Hi, I'm Shayla-Unae, your academic strategist, and let me just tell you a little bit about this YouTube channel. Well, on this YouTube channel, I help parents and students navigate the ACT with clear strategies, smart test taking methods, and confidence building academic support. Additionally, you will find information about the ACT math, science, reading, and English test. Also, I'll give you some time management hacks in addition to just strategies that help you not feel overwhelmed, not feel like you're just totally stressed out, and overall tips for high school students to just see success during your 4 years of high school. Let me clear up one of the big misconceptions about the ACT. The ACT does not measure how smart you are. Instead, it measures how well you do on the ACT. Most students struggle, your A students struggle because they're used to taking their time, trying to be perfect, deep analyzation, all this critical thinking. But the ACT is based on speed and efficiency, the now selecting the best answer choice based on the information given. You might have straight A's. A lot of students struggle. And some students who may not do well academically because of the consistency, turning in homework, studying every night, they can go take a test based upon the information retained and score well. Students are taught to analyze a question, take your time, think deeply. Actually, on the ACT, this works against you because the ACT is a time test. And we're going to get into the amount of time you have for each subject and the suggested time to spend on each question and how you go about when you really don't have enough time. You have about 5 or 10 minutes left, the skills and strategies that you can use to do your best. Most students try to study everything. They try to cram everything with English, reading, math, science, and even the writing techniques. But the ACT is not like that. Here, I'm Shayla-Unae, your ACT strategist. I'm going to help you focus on what questions to answer, what questions to skip, how to manage your time. Pacing is everything. And I'm going to give you those strategies to help you increase your score, build confidence, and be successful on the ACT. Another thing that's important to know is what to bring and how to be prepared for the actual test day. Now, what to bring? The morning time prep. Make sure you have clothes that are comfortable, dress in layers. It's always easy to take layers off and then put back on when needed. You never know the testing conditions. You may be hot, so you can take those layers off, or you may be cold and you can pile those layers back on. Knowing where you're taking the test beforehand is also important because sometimes you're not testing at your local high school or the high school that you attend. So making that dry run to the ACT test taking center is important due to the fact you don't want to get lost, you don't want to be late, and you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to score high and prepare yourself for college. The ACT check-in time is for 8 o'clock, but it's often encouraged to get there prior to 8 o'clock just to have enough buffer time if something happens. Like I said, you get lost, there's a long line of people who are running a little bit late, can't find a parking spot. If you are a driver, whatever the case is, try to get there. My recommendation is by no later than 7:45. And when you get there, what to bring? The number one thing you need to bring is your ID. You cannot test if you are late, no late admissions, and if you do not have your ID. Now, although there are other methods and procedures that some paperwork you can fill out if you do not have your ID, but you need to have that beforehand. You need to get it verified. It's really a lot of paperwork. So the number one thing, make sure you have your ID, or maybe don't be late. make sure you have your ID. And a school ID is sufficient. And you also need your test ticket. I also recommend bringing your own calculator. I've had students in the past tell me the school site they tested allowed them to use their calculators. Some students said they didn't offer them calculators, but it's important to have your own calculator because you are aware of how to use that calculator. You are familiar with the calculator. All calculators are made different, and some students struggle understanding the functions on the calculator, especially if you are not taking the computer based. If you're taking the paper version, you need a calculator for the math. So make sure you check the approved calculators, and we'll get a little bit more into the calculators that I recommend you to purchase for the ACT math portion of the test. Students want to know, do you get breaks during the ACT? Yes, you do get a break after the second test, and you also get a break if you take the writing test before the writing test begins. But let's say you really have to go to the bathroom and they allow you to go to the bathroom. Your test does not stop. You cannot pause your time. The time steadily rolls. It steadily rolls. And speaking of timing, that's why it's very important to be able to track your time. You cannot have an electronic device in there. So no cell phones, no iPads, no smart watches. I highly recommend you get a regular watch, the tick-tock old-fashioned watch that tells time, that doesn't make any noises, because you do not want your test to be thrown out because you're taking the ACT and your alarm goes off. That is a big no-no. So get a watch that's not a smart electronic watch, just a plain old tick-tock watch. We know the kind where the hand moves around. That's the watch I'm talking about. And I'll show examples later on so you'll be able to better understand the items that I'm suggesting you to bring when you're taking the ACT. Okay, now let's get into the ACT content area test and how much time you have on each test. The first test is English. On the English test, you have 35 minutes and 50 questions. The next test is math. You have 50 minutes and 45 questions. Then the next test is science. You have 40 minutes and 40 questions. And the last test is optional, which is the writing test. And you are able to complete one writing prompt. But again, that writing prompt is optional. And also, this year for the ACT, the science test is optional. Now, I strongly recommend taking the science portion of the test if you are going to school for the sciences. If you want to be a nurse, a doctor, you want to study biology, chemistry, any science, I strongly suggest you take the science school. But when applying for colleges, and we'll talk about that later, the colleges will actually specify what tests you need to submit, and that will go along with your admissions application.